Hello, my name is Brian. This is Football Manager 22. We're back in Melilla. Opening in on the competition screen, taking a look at how we are doing in La Liga standings. Right now we are tied third, fourth place on 74 points with Atletico Madrid. We trail 2 points behind Barcelona. Everyone trails Real Madrid, who have had an absolutely gangbuster season. They are chasing down a 100-point campaign. There's 4 games to go, so they need 8 points, very much within the realm of possibility. And both us and Atletico are trying to hold off Real Sociedad, who have 70 points, and consign them to the Europa League. Since our defeat to Atletico in the Copa del Rey final, we went to Espanyol and beat them 1-0. We went to Celta and beat them 2-1. We won our... Well, let's keep in La Liga and say we just thrashed Real Sociedad 5-0. Big morale booster there. Sergio Kone, 4 goals. Top-notch stuff. And then in between, we actually hosted Juventus and beat them 2-0. Goals by Steven Sessegnon, his first of the year that wasn't a penalty, and Jeffrey Santos gave us a solid lead when De Ligt was serving his yellow card suspension. So certainly we're not going to turn that down. We made reasonably good use of that advantage. We've got the lineup all set up. PSG is already qualified for the final, so if we manage to hold off Juventus here with our 2-goal lead, we will be facing Paris Saint-Germain in Dortmund for the Champions League final. But that's easier said than done. So let us travel to Torino, Italy, if I'm remembering correctly. We are going with a Kone Santos lineup. Sorry, Hussein Hassan. He will come in off the bench later in the game, almost certainly. But I can't. Sergio Kone just scored 4 goals. I can't bench him after that. Other than that, the back line is pretty much as you expect. Matsima will come in if someone needs a break in the center backs, and Issa Jim and Guy Busa is pretty much a given in the middle. And away we go. So yeah, there are 4 games left in La Liga. And we are 4 points clear of 5th place. So we will need to continue getting results. They were running out a 4-3-3 here. De Ligt is back. Weston McKennie out on the wing. Interesting about that. I think, as of right now, I think of McKennie as more of a centrally located player. But maybe that's just me. Santos squares it. No one home, unfortunately, for him. Juventus and some basically all blacks trying to intimidate us. It's not going to work. Babangida, Kasama, they have the heavy press on, though. You can see the striker running all the way back that huge distance to try and pressure Babangida. Unfortunately, Sergio Kone doesn't get an angle on that, and ball goes to Aristide Kone there, but he kind of just lets it bounce off his foot, but stone-footed. Doesn't create anything there. Santos, Jim, back out to Sessegnon, like it. Cross, Kone, goal! Aristide Kone, 15th goal of the season. Kone is actually chasing down the Melilla record for assists in a year, where he sits, I believe, 2 behind Iker Hernandez for the single-season record. Obviously, I imagine that is the league record, so, and obviously goals aren't assists. Sergio Kone is tracking down the record for Man of the Match awards in a single year, which previously was held by Lucian Awona with 8. Sergio Kone has 7 on the year, so that is one that he could certainly also claim before the end of the year. Pedro Porro bringing it down the right side. Not a great angle from Aristide Kone. Sammy will eventually run him down, but he does kind of get in line. Dangerous opportunity there, and geez, Otasawi seems like he has some height on our guys. Is he their striker? Where is he coming from on the field? I feel like he's a center mid. Unfortunately, Juventus answers right back. I know we got a chance to look at Otasawi. So I was trying to remember our schedule for the end of the year. I don't remember the exact teams, but I believe we were facing 8th, 10th, 11th, and 20th in our remaining slate, 2 home, 2 away. So that is certainly not a incredibly difficult schedule. Obviously, several good teams, but no one that was terrifying. Okay, Odasawa does have some size, 6'3", and 18 jumping reach. So yeah, not a surprise. He actually managed to outjump our center backs. A young man coming out of Wolverhampton, then went over to Club Brugge, then Milan, and is on loan to Juventus this year. Jerks. And let's peek in real quick on him again. Yeah, I'm not sure he's not a center back who just didn't evolve enough that he kept as a loan to buy situation. Born in New York. And he could play on our team because he has Nigerian ancestry. Unfortunately, he's 30, so and just making a transfer to Juventus. So I don't think he's going to be coming to us, a year later. Jeffrey Santos on the run out after a corner creates an opportunity. Oh, the word work. Beautiful attempt from him. Unfortunately, again, comes not. This is a moment where I would love to encourage the boys, but given we are secretly up by 2, I know that they will just have a bad reaction if I do, so I am suppressing my instinct to do so. Jim has a very poor time of it there, and that allows them to have a run out, and okay, it's a ball game. I mean, we always knew it was going to be a ball game. Any team that makes the semifinals of the Champions League is going to be a threat. Sammy there needs to, kind of not just mark space and catch. Now we can encourage since we're up by 1. So, well, it didn't seem to ruin their mentality. Didn't really do much to help it, but it didn't hurt it. But yeah, Sammy needs to mark individuals and not just kind of float into space on the defensive side of things. I'm going to pause here so I can hit that instruction. Wow, Hamidi's gassing out already? It's not ideal. We are winning the possession battle. We're completing more passes. They've committed a bunch more fouls, but none of them have led to yellow cards. So I'm home cooking on that one. All right, everyone's motivated. They're not happy, and they shouldn't be after having given a goal back in the first half, but I will take motivated. Good interception there. But Kone has some very loose dribbling, and it'll go the other way. Ball is live. They weren't offsides there. All right, well, Woodwork went against us one way, and now it comes back and theoretically helps us this way. Arsadi comes out and marks Todibo eventually. Cross goes nowhere. Santos is going to be on it. Unfortunately, we don't get to see his run out, so it must not have done anything that impressive. We certainly don't want. Kind of just heads it on. There's no one there. We certainly don't want Babangida getting involved in aerial duels as a goalkeeper. That's not his forte. He's only 6 foot and doesn't have a great aerial reach. So if he's trying to outjump someone who is a legitimate aerial threat, it's not necessarily going to happen. Would like to see us actually put together an attacking possession again. But not sure if it's going to happen. I can only hope that coming soon, their players start tiring and their press gets sloppy. And maybe they pick up some yellow cards, as they just picked up 2. And that lets us play our game again. Ooh, good strike from Kone. I guess a corner. I needed to hit it a half second earlier to get Matsima on for Hamidi. Since Hamidi's gassing out, and Matsima is just better at corners than Hamidi. Who's pressing who now? We are pressing you. Unfortunately, Solomon seemingly had endless space to run. Sessegnon didn't do a great job marking him up. And come on. Well, we were lucky. Very lucky. That we let him get a step on offsides, but we are going to need to play better than that the rest of the way. Theo Jim's tired. That wouldn't surprise me. Let's bring in Zaidou Yusuf, not Mortelasau. Their first choice there. Still do have the aggregate lead, so we will kind of use our subs in the classical spread them out instead of doing the 3-at-1 that we like to do at times. Spread them out. Good job from Santos to save the ball to Sessegnon. Unfortunately, his header into the middle just kind of drifts, and that's horrific. Luckily, Keane is feeling the pressure and strikes it wide of the goal. Yusuf back to Matsima. Slow ball to Kasama. That's dangerous. They are just asking for that interception. Glad we played it down the field. Kone did a good job with it, playing it to Issa. And on the run out here, back to Sammy. Over to Gayabua. Yep. Yusuf. Good save by Fernandez. Sure, press Keane. Who's tired? Sergio Kone is tired. Isn't giving us much. Let's invert everything and get Hassan on the pitch on the left wing. Well, not invert, but rotate things. And Hassan's fresh legs here against their right back. Doesn't quite get the end line. Santos kind of dives looking for a foul. They will not give it, and it's a goal kick. I think it's a good no call. Sessegnon throwing to Kone. Back to Yusuf, playing it long, but neither Issa or Santos were prepared to make a run. A little surprised we're not getting up on them more. A bit of pressure. I guess it's enough, but still they are able to roll it out instead of just playing it long as I would have preferred. But there we get them to eventually just play it long. Sammy comes away with it. Bamangida just plays that game and plays it back out. Keane is dropped into the midfield, taps over to McKennie. Big cross of the field. Cassetta on a good run out there. Blocked by Sessegnon, but that will get them a corner. Outbreaker there. Yeah, mostly content with that. All right. Stoppage time has been declared. Let us go into our defensive mentality here with the last 3 minutes. Thrown for Sessegnon. Goes back to Matsima. Pressure's not immediate. Has space, played back from Babangida. But I agree there wasn't really a good target for him to play it to. Santos' header unfortunately runs back to their goalkeeper. Plays to De Ligt. Looking for McKennie, but Sam... Ahmed. Well, Sammy's pass was bad, but luckily the central midfielder got back and dispossessed McKennie, and Sammy came away with it in the end. There we go. Good job coming back to the ball, creating a passing opportunity there. Reverse field out there side of Kone. Bit of a run to the corner. I like that. Oh, Bennett. Could have put it away, buddy. Agume to McKennie. Singo. Cut his angle. Angle has been cut. But that does mean they just will kick us off us here. About 30 seconds left. Expecting, yes, an outswinger, which, again, these don't get scored. Benedista comes back, plays it off his foot. Hassan lands it on his foot after all that distance. Yes, buddy. Just take it far away from other players. Run to the hills. There's the whistle. It's not exactly pretty, but we had our attempts, and we scored our one early. And in the end, that's good enough. So, that's where we're at. Another $15 million for us, and apparently qualification to the Club World Cup, because, that's important. We will play PSG in the finals, giving us a chance to achieve our goal. Will we? I don't know. But it is possible that this is now the second to last video, the penultimate video of this series. So I will play this home game against Gijón in 10th place, a road trip to Real Zaragoza in 20th place, a home game against Villarreal in 11th place, and finish up with a road trip to Malaga, in 13th place, not 8th as I thought. So altogether a very manageable schedule. Hopefully we manage to keep in second or third, and even fourth, I guess, and make sure we get Champions League football. And then we will have the big one. Paris Saint-Germain. What does their... All right, well, that certainly doesn't hurt. Karim Adeyemi, I'm sure, again, I'm mispronouncing that last name, is injured and out 3 to 4 months. He is widely regarded as like the best young wonder kid in the game at the start of the game. And basically the player you buy immediately if you can, if you're starting your save at one of the big clubs, you just immediately buy him from Salzburg if you can, because he always develops into a top-notch player. The stats aren't terrifying. The average rating is always good, but I mean, it's Paris Saint-Germain, so you expect. Kai Havertz, Mukoko, certainly some talented players here. I'm sure Moroccan guy with 19 pace. They are certainly up there in age. Okay, here's finally a younger player at 27. Squad player, though, might be rotated out. Contracts isn't necessarily the best way to do it, but it's not unreasonable. Jamal Musiala. Yeah, I get that. And he wasn't even in their starting lineup, though. He's injured 4 to 6 weeks. Might not be healthy for the game. We can cross our fingers. If they're missing 2 of their most expensive players, that is certainly something we will take. All right, so that's where we're at. Thanks for joining me. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And cross your fingers for me when I record this PSG game, and maybe we can be done with each other. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a very lovely day, and we'll see each other again soon.